You guys are always asking for a get ready with me, and I'll be the first to say I'm not great at talking and doing things at the same time. It's just my brain does not function that way. But I'm going to do my best right now and do a little quick run through of what I do each morning to get ready and maybe talk about my book and how that's coming along, because currently I have 2 chapters left and possibly an epilogue. I don't want to give any spoilers to what's going to happen, but it's coming along. Okay, so I've talked about it before, but this book has way more detail than the skits ever had. When I went to create the skits online, I feel like I was kind of like taking on too much at once because I was still trying to launch, I was starting to launch book number 1, right? So I was focusing on that story, writing it through. So when I was acting out and writing the skit, I feel like I rushed certain characters, I didn't add enough detail, and there wasn't a lot of like cohesiveness. It didn't run through the exact way I wanted it to. So now that I'm going through and writing everything out and thinking everything through, I'm adding so much more to character building, character development, and relationships that I didn't have before. I wanted to add a little extra spice because I think about the books that I tend to read and what interests me, and I like when there's a little more spice. I think book number 1 was a little more PG. Book number 2 is going to be a little more PG-13, if you know what I mean. So, parental guidance suggested. Now, one of the biggest comments I saw from people that read book number 1 was, I really want to see more about Jenny. They were asking if I could do a book completely focused on Jenny and focus on her life a little bit more. This was coming from people that both saw the skit and did not see the skits. I had friends of mine that never watched the skits and just read the book, and they were like, we love Jenny. Can you please give us more? So this doesn't spoil anything, but you're going to get a lot more Jenny in book number 2. This is my new lip liner Stay In. It's supposed to be a lip liner, but I just put on the whole thing. It's Statue. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I've been loving it. I've been using it every single day since I got it. It looks crazy at first, but then you peel it off and it looks so much better. So one thing I really try to emulate in my books is the mixture between a 90s, 2000s sitcom with a soap opera, because those are the shows I grew up watching. And not specifically watching, I watched a lot of sitcoms, of course, and like teen dramas, but my mom would watch soap operas. So I got like glimpses of that. I would see the dramatic pauses. So when I write, I see scenes like that. And I, as someone that like is very like, my focus isn't always great. I love when scenes hop around. I love when there's new things always happening. Long scenes tend to like bore me. So that's how I tend to write. So in book number 1, for people that read it, you'll see like I hop from character to character because I want to show what's going on in different parts of people's lives. So I do that again in book number 2, but it's much more Jenny heavy than it was in book 1. So where Ferris and Sloan were the focal point in book 1, book 2, I would say it's a good mix, but leaning a little more on Jenny's side. Now, anyone that saw the skit will know that this is not anything new. This happened a lot more in the skit, so this is not anything brand new. However, I'm adding a lot more detail than was ever there before. Specifically, her with Johnny. Now, again, I'm going to say all this as if you have not seen the skits, so these are just little teasers just to get you excited. I don't want to tell you like how Johnny gets into her life or who he is quite yet, because again, I want you to experience it firsthand, but it's someone that's in her life, and I add a little more spice to their relationship because I feel like I glossed over a lot of it in skits, not just because of like having so many other things going on, but specifically because I can only do so much as a one-person actor. I do that in quotes because I'm not an actress at all. There's so many scenes and stuff I had like in my brain when I was like putting this all together. Like I knew I wanted things to happen, but I can't really showcase them. So show it as like a one-person skit online. People are going to take their own interpretations of what that means. So I'm going to be really blunt and clear in the book, so there's no guessing of what's actually happening between characters. In addition to that, there's another relationship that is kind of in the forefront, and we learn a lot more about it that we never saw in the skit. And again, I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to be a little bit of a shocker because it was not like this at all in the skit. And I feel like people are going to really enjoy this part of the story. So all in all, I feel like in the beginning it was much harder for me to get into writing this book. And that's just because when I started it, I was also working on skit number 3. Also why I ended season 3 the way I did. Because I felt like if I kept them going, my brain would go in multiple directions and I wouldn't actually give it the attention I needed to. So for the life of me, I cannot put eyeliner on in the camera, so I always have to turn it off, but I use the e.l.f. whatever that's called. This is the Power Flush by Boss Up Cosmetics. But yeah, now that I've been reading it through and I've been sending part by part to my literary agent, it's been really exciting and helpful to see it all come together. I still have to read it all the way through a few different times before we actually submit it. And as of right now, I'm publishing it indie again. But fingers crossed it gets picked up and then we can push out further. Because right now I am my own marketing team. So anytime you guys see me make a video or post about it, it's because I try to get more people to notice it. I don't have a marketing team behind me. I am it. So the goal is to just get more people to see it and read it and leave reviews, which you guys have been amazing at doing. And it's just been so fun to see. I've always had the goal of writing a book. And so the fact that I'm writing book number 2 right now and my last 2 chapters is pretty amazing. And I haven't taken the time to step back and say like, wow, I did it. All right, time to peel. I always panic that it's not gonna come off, and this will be the time I have to wear black lipstick all day. All right, there it is without the lip stain. Then I just do a gloss over. This is the Boss Up Cosmetics, which looks good without a stain too, but I like having the little red behind it. But yeah, the book should be coming out soon. I'll keep you guys posted. If you're on my email list, you'll be the first to know. Oh, and we also just picked a name. So I'll be revealing that very soon. If you guys are on my email list, you guys saw it last week. So you guys know you're on the inside scoop. So yeah, I cannot wait for you guys to read it and see what changes I made, what character developments there are that are different than the skits, and just take this story to a whole new level. So thanks to everyone that supported the book, that is excited for the new book to come out and has been asking tons of questions. And that's my get ready with me. How did I do? I don't know. They're not my forte, but it is kind of fun to film my get ready. Okay, bye.